I was listening to the rehearsal of a spoken word piece by artists Netta and Caroline. In this piece, they said, "Today, pride is no longer a sin." I'm an English major, so that got me thinking about the historical reference to the 7 deadly sins. Also known as the capital vices or cardinal sins, it's a classification of vices within the Christian teachings. Though not directly mentioned in the Bible, there's a parallel with the 7 things God is said to hate. How did they know? How convenient. According to them, whoever them is, the 7 downfalls: pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. Oh, the power of language. Let's examine. Pride. Within the LGBTQ community, my community, it is the promotion of self-affirmation, dignity, equality, and increased visibility of all lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, asexual, intersex, and queer people as a community. It's interesting when a community embraces language. When I was a child, queer was considered a derogatory term, but now as we reclaim it and embrace it, we take the sting out of what was used as a hurtful slur and reclaim it as a celebration of our own authentic beings. Greed. Greed versus grievance refers to 2 baseline arguments brought up by historical scholars. Scholars. Maybe no one told them that their fascination with greed and grievance could be deadly. Good thing they didn't know. Wrath. An intense emotional response brought on by a perceived hurt, threat, or provocation. Provocation. Violence towards someone we love. Abuse. Sexual assault. Racism. What is the allowed emotional response to this stimuli? How long will we quantify and seek to minimize real emotional responses? And now we judge them as deadly, dangerous. Envy. From the Latin invidia, it is an emotion brought on when a person lacks another's superior possessions, qualities, or achievements. So that's deadly? When is envy not admiration? Do we not take inspiration from the beautiful characteristics in others? Are they not the examples we cling to, that we desire to rise up in ourselves? Lust. Unbridled desire. Because everyone wants their desire to be bridled. Gluttony. Overindulgence. Overconsumption. As opposed to underindulgence, underconsumption. Which also sounds like a tragedy, and perhaps deadly. Sloth. The failure to do the things one should do. The 7th deadly sin, supposedly. Thank God it's not true, otherwise we'd all be dead. So, as we go forward and consider the power of language, is it not more powerful to name the 7 life-affirming attributes? The 7 uniquely human experiences? Instead of pride. That one doesn't need to change. Instead of greed, eagerness to experience life to its fullest. Instead of wrath, freedom of justified emotional expression. Instead of envy, inspiration from others. Instead of lust, desire for life. Instead of gluttony, consumption. Not over, not under, no judgment. Instead of sloth, listening to your body, listening to your mental health, moving when you can, and resting when you need to. It was humanity that created language, that created definitions like these. Lucky for us, language by definition constantly evolves, and we get the privilege of shaping it to serve us and to serve love.